showing allegiance, showing loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The flag of Liberia is flying all the time, showing allegiance, showing loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The red on the flag stands for bravery. The white on the flag is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue sea is for black people. We know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 nations of people, we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shining evermore. Of Liberia, it's flying all the time. Showing allegiance, showing loyalty to this nation, Liberia. If my people who are over money, we humble themselves and seek my face, I will rise and heal their nation. Liberia will rise again. Nations will come to your rising. I prophesy. Kingdom will come to your light. Together, let's keep the peace. Cause in unity we will build our nation. Arise, Liberia, arise. Arise and take your place. Whatever the locals are meeting, arise and take your place. The flag of Liberia is flying on. It's flying all the time. Showing allegiance, showing loyalty to this nation. Liberia, in union, success is sure. It's flying all the time. Showing loyalty.
Oh yes, this is the theme song that opens and closes the program. It is called Bits and Pieces. 104.1. On this beautiful Wednesday afternoon, where my younger brother is a Prince Uncommon Favor Wolkamanjala is graduating with a master's degree from the AMA University.
Liberia. Enter the republic for which
so proud of you, young brother.
Producer.
My former boss, Esther Liberty Kemu, is also graduating today. What a festive day. As I welcome my brother, Honorable Leviticus P. Wahama, the Vice President for Human Resources at the Nima University, a senior citizen of Magibi County. As I welcome also Winifred G. Dwyer of PHP community. Winifred, welcome. Stanley N. Gayu has joined me as well for Jamaica Road. While Border Change Gay has joined me from Bassa, Grand Bassa County, Buchanan City. And Brabi and Bai is joining me from Bourgeois Allen Monroe.
It's for black people, we know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence.
The promises will be very big this afternoon.
Signed in 1847.
So many things to talk about this afternoon. And I'll have a back-to-back guest talking about the nation's foul movement. Looking at the issues of corruption, mismanagement in the police, under the Gregory Coma administration, and all of those. Favoritism, bad leadership in the police, by Gregory Coma.
We humble themselves and
When the people who are called by my name humble themselves,
I will rise and give.
Romeo T.S. Konya,
Liberia will rise again.
Romeo T.S. Konya, welcome, my brother.
To your rising.
CDC Papi Sources Keita for life
Welcome
in the office of Marvin Cole. Your boss will not be here today. I'm to the ECOWAS delegation as I've asked them to stay clear for the media.
Our nation.
Jimmy Vinicius Wallace, Thomas S. Ania, who is following me from the Broad Street.
Take your place. Whatever the
P. Lorenzo Manja from Man Bagley is also following me. James F. Samukai, my young brother from Wayden Grand Crew. Iria Lila Brisbane. Iria Lila Brisbane's son. James F. Samukai. Sarah's will come and talk along. Good afternoon, CM brother. I'm watching you from Boys Town, Maggie County. Ellen Estate. Aloysius Dolo. You watching me from somewhere. He said, good afternoon, General. I'm that guy, Aloysius Dolo, following you carefully from the 25K so much. Majority corner. Thomas Esnia, Mohammed Marina J. Sharif. Good afternoon, John. I'm watching you from Mamadi Diakere Intellectual Center for in Jacobtown, St. Francis Community. Emmanuel Richardson, welcome from Cowell. Sarah Joel Mangi, my young brother, and he is my young brother biologically.
For which extent?
Sarah Joel Mangi.
One nation.
The great Jala Griffith. Good to be watching from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the USA. Small Jalasi want to talk to him, man. Answer the man phone. Sarah Joel Mangeo. Answer your brother phone. Sarah will come and talk all along. He's washing. Ruben SW took by his washing from Vicky Spot. Daniel Bondo is washing from the Swakoko district, while Morris Kurma watches us from Ghana. Agosi Melo Jr. watches from Zveru City. Sakeno Olola watches from Pinsum Relight. Solo Wat Kosia watches from New Georgia. Abraham Dolly watches from somewhere in Claratown. Jim S. Moluba watches from where? Tobo Village. Tobasi, Christopher Tobasi is watching. Good afternoon, Mr. Grayfield. Political wisdom watching from his 25K block. Perfect light. Let me say watching from Old Road, Divanta, Behanlusa, any traffic light. Magoa, watching from Harper, Maryland County. Eugene Hammer, watching from is watching from Kansas City, Missouri. Eugene Hammer, welcome, my brother. Sekus Tracker, philanthropist, Kamara, following from Sinka. Elijah S. Colley watches us from somewhere. G. Jefferson and Colette, watching from Pinzerelli. Mary Tule, my sister. Good afternoon, sir. I'm following you from New Georgia. Thanks for the great job. It's Mary Tule. Mary, welcome. Mary, guys, say your family and all your household residents. Sunday Flomo is watching from somewhere. He says, good afternoon, Mr. Grayfield. I'm Sonny S. Flomo watching from Bond County, a Phoebe Estre community. Hope those lawless lawmakers block wouldn't be sanctioned for bribery by the international community. Aloysius Lake is following me from Cape Town, from Congo Town rather. While Thomas S. Nyanti has joined me from somewhere around the Polytechnic, Salah Mary Polytechnic. Frederick Johnson joining from Massachusetts. Boston, the USA is Frederick Johnson. CDC Public Sources Kamar Keita watching from somewhere around the Duburo area. While Ellis has joined me from Sano County. John Bestman is here as well. Winston Cheddar is falling from Brewerville. Vasco Jabates Senior, watching from Nima County. John Bestman, Sano County, Nima County is watching us. Mike Van Logan Jr., watching from Lakpasi Junction. Grandma Taylor, I'm watching you from Residence Pueblo Road. Herman Dan. That's Herman Dan. I'm second watching you from the USA. Thanks for joining us at Herman Dan. Elijah S. Colley, good afternoon, Jala. Amos Archie Day the second, watching from Maryland County. Ruben Kane watching us from Ghana's
Enter the Republic.
Seku Sherry, don't put me in NSA do shall get handle, please.
Show your allegiance.
Mr. Kudu Sawo, don't put me in NSA do shall get handle, please. I'm begging you.
Liberia,
my Goa. Chief, you are invited in the southeast, precisely half of Maryland County. I'm your host. Please send my transportation and my feeding, my everything, my dears. I will come, my Goa. Alfonso Claire. It's Alfonso Claire said he's watching from somewhere around Bytown. David Page Jr. joining from Robert. He said Robert Field Highway. Emmanuel Missing has joined us. And Saint Lima, my big brother Saint Lima. Watching from whom in Pins in Barnesville. Jeremy, come. The video has encountered some problem. Come and see it. I'm just seeing the comments coming in, but the video has lost. Where is my producer? WhatsApp has stopped. Close up. I don't know. Do I close it? I don't know. Let me try something. Hey, Vita de la Moon. I'm falling from Johnson's brother. Vita de la Moon, the biggest man with the smallest voice. Vita de la Moon, my big brother. My lovely wife. Mrs. Cynthia Mickey Roberts Grayfield. There's a friend and brother called A. Vita de la Moon. Give it to my heart. When the men see anywhere car passing Johnson, is about car. But we have to stop that thing, or else I'll report you to David Sefa Massacre. Prince Mel L. Walloti Jr.
Liberia,
Washington, Nima County. T. Padewule. Watching from somewhere in the Island Clinic area. Bill M. Quayin. My chief, I'm watching from 72nd. It's Massacre. Massacre, yes. Ali Kamara, happy brother. Paul Johnson Taylor, happy brother. I'm watching live from Vanjaman, precisely from the grounds of Lofa County University. Wow, my family people are there. My uncles are there. My nephews are there. Stephen A. Bass says he's watching from Dakar, Senegal. Stephen A. Bass, welcome. Bienvenue, monsieur. You know, I was a student at the Alliance Française. I went for a very long year. So for 2 years, I dropped. I gotta go complete that, my friend. Ruben Connor is following me. A. Sema Clyde is following me from New Georgia. Christopher Franklin Avid Senior watching from Accra, Ghana. Send my plane ticket, I will come. We have a deal, Mr. Franklin Avid Jr. Senior, rather.
Enter the republic for which it stands.
Amos Moluba. Good evening, Mr. Grayfield. I'm watching live from the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. I was in your area, the UAE, a year ago, and I enjoyed my time in Dubai. 2 days at Dubai, and I went around, see the beauty of the country. I don't get an SA visa to leave the airport, $100 US. Oh yes, I want to see the UAE. I've just flew from Jakarta, Indonesia. on a Liberian government delegation. And I went to Bali Island. Flew from Bali Island through 1 hour 30 minutes. Got to Jakarta. Spent a day and a half there. Flew to the UAE. I started there in Dubai. Enjoyed myself and came back to Liberia. That's a video of life. Omi Sam Sion Senior, the next senator of most of the country, come to the 9. Dukle Mo says that. Ayuba Khan says that rather. Dukle Mo Sam falling from Riyadh community behind the President Walker House. Stephen Kofa Jr. is watching me from somewhere. Liberia Entertainment Intellectual. Liberia Eminent Intellectual is following me. Frank Page Jr. is following me. Samuel Bobo following me from Double Road. Sleazy Public Sources Keita following me from somewhere Double Road too. Ivan Hills is following me. Tom G. Boyu is following me. Let me pause right here. I've done a lot to recognize you. I would say recognize you guys. So this is a video we bring to the profession where we find ourselves. And those who doubt us as not being professional, they do it on their own. A man who spends 23 years in journalism, over 40 years. I'm around 40 years old. Around 40 plus years. So I spent 23 years, 24 years in journalism. I began the vice president of the president of Liberia about 10 years ago, yes, or so. The first youngest vice president of the president who contested against people who are older than him, and I won them hands down. I became the first vice president, youngest president since 1965. So if anybody that means that I'm not a professional, then you must be thinking where your own profession has led you to. Let me welcome George Nimbo, my brother and friend George Nimbo, Thomas S. Nia, Tom C. Bayu, welcome Paul John Taylor, welcome every one of you. Let me say some things here today. I'll be very draft, very short in my presentation. You may not have the luxury of time to call because I've had people come here. I'm going to deal with corruption today and deal with mismanagement and disadvantages in public areas. And the speakers will come and speak for themselves. But let me start with the Liberia National Police today. Pierre People Bestie Beleman, welcome. Ambassador Jamel Kuli Zubanu Levasi Kamoy Gavazu Boko Jacqueline Washington. Wow. Hey, Mr. Grayfield. Jacqueline Washington, you are there in the USA. How are you, Jacqueline? Welcome to the show, Jacqueline. She's a former female police officer. Jacqueline, I know, a former female police officer here in Liberia. She's done well being in the States and doing some things. Juma Johnson is following me from her comfort zone. Juma Johnson, welcome. Moses GP. Oh, Moses, thank you. The cow got okay that night after we had a overheating problem. It got well. It's still moving very well. That guy is about 1 year old. It's still good moving. When I sell it, it came about 4 years. I don't know how to change car. John David Nakula Yakbawulo. Welcome. Welcome, my brother. Isha Piper. Do come falling from Grand Bassa County. Is this no longer? I don't know. Ambassador Jamel Kuli, where can we meet? You know, you are the youth chair for the whole some second area there. Helena Flomo Jala, you work with Voice of Liberia now. That's great. Helena Flomo is a very peaceful woman. She lives in a Barakwick area there in Painesville, around Puebla. She moved to the USA and she's doing well. Jacqueline Washington said, yes, she is. Wow. Otisaki watching from New York, USA. Wow. Paul John Taylor, I miss our days at State Radio. Paul John Taylor, welcome. Paul, how are you? Jacqueline said, welcome. Jacqueline Washington said, Jala, long time. You're looking good. How the family? I'm okay. All is well. So keep the comment coming. I will read them for you. Let me delve in a very serious situation today that involved the police on Gregory Coleman, a young man who is getting so powerful, more than even the president that appointed him. And if Gregory does not take time, I will read your comments when I read. I'm talking, I'll be reading them just intermittently. If he doesn't take time, he will plunge this country called Liberia into a serious nightmare that the people of Liberia will jump in the street and they will demand the resignation of Joseph Boakai, and they'll go after him and his family and grab them and just grab them. What's the to do with them? I don't care. Gregory is becoming increasingly a disappointment and a man who wants to usurp even the function of the president. I don't know who does that. And I'll sit on any radio in this country. I will say to Gregory that he's inept and has no. You can go to school and read the police science and everything. Your ability to handle situations that will not explode, it matters than when you being police officer. By 4 o'clock this 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock this after 4 o'clock this afternoon, I will host some police officers who were dismissed by Gregory Coleman after he allegedly got involved in taking money from some investors and brought them, and then he dismissed those people and said they stole money from investors, and he dismissed them, and the people who stole the money, he protected them. I'll have a gossip band here, and the other guys will be here. All that time of police and robber, they lied on the guys who were the mean guys who took, who had the evidence at hand. They dismissed them and left those people who took the money from the people and they had in the police. I will expose them. Gregory, the power of the radio is more than the bullet you have on your side. You can carry 3 RPG on your side, and you have a pen. The pen is mightier than the sword. That is why I said to Otole Warwick, he was the EPS director. I was in the vice president of President of Liberia. He moved into Buchanan. We had a celebration. He came and threatened everybody. I will tell you that my gun is mightier than your pen. What happened to Otole Warwick? He died in this country. After he came to Iraq, he went to fight war. He came back. He said traumatized Ellen Brown, being EPS director. He went to Bassa. He made some outlandish comments that we took onto him in this country, and we brought him down, and in this meeting he died. If you're not careful, Gregory, if you think you have a moth in your brain, we'll treat you the same way we treated Otole Warwick here. You must be careful. You be very careful. For you to have insat in your office and say, you dare call me Jala Griffin? When we myself in school, I rather has one we for you. I'm not afraid of you. I give you all the respect. I call you orthodoxly. And I said, sorry if I didn't give you power notice. But they see a comment and say, oh, this one, I'm not going to drop there from that. The people there with you, I said, they'll say, deal with you every day. Once I will not ever one day give you a chance to even balance a story that has to do with you, because you insulted me and made me to be like a stupid man. A man who has been to serve the president of Liberia for 24 years, to be in the president for 24 years, and go and serve at LBS as Deputy Director General. In the line of duty as a journalist, when you go to LBS, you serve as Deputy Director General, and you serve the president as Vice President in the authority. Then you have reached a zenith in your profession. Girlfriend, today you are in the police, you serve as a 104, you want to Harvard, you came, you sat in that place there. Sadiatu, what the guy said, Sadiatu was the 102 before they sent the police. She was there. When you came out of America, they put you in one place, you're in Cornerville. We were the one talking for you. You were in Sadiatu Reed's office. Because of the settle you were faced with at the time on a Christmas Massacre, I went there and started empathizing with you. to sit in your office and insult me the way you did yesterday, you will not get no respect from me. And let this country know. You will not get one respect from me, Gregory Coleman, as police director. If you send your thugs to come and kill me, then they kill me. I will say this, it will be on radio. You are an embarrassment to this police force. Guess what Gregory do today, my people? I will come read your comments later. Tennessee Paulo, or Tennessee Paulo, how you doing, man? You left Quatica Radio. Where are you now? You tell the point in the you go, man. Watching from Louisville, Kentucky is Roberta Riches. Emmanuel Emawa Yakbawolo is watching me from Mancoffey. Don Dubai watching from Cambodia. John Paul Taylor watching from somewhere. Ambassador Jameer Cooley said, let's meet this Friday and Saturday at our usual spot. My mate, I know the usual spot. Please tell me. And Odashi Seton is watching me from Pinsville around the Harry Highway. So this is what I want to say today. I will not delve much into Gregory Coleman's insult and misbehavior against public officials. I am a public official too. I'm a former government official with a green letter in my hands. And what I did to my son, I said, print this letter, put it in a green, it's hanging in my living room. A house I built while I was making just 50 years in the country. Very decent house I live in, my family, myself. I don't want to talk about the one I built in Johnsonville where I have property. So this is what happened. What happened today is what I want to talk about. You imagine today that a Gregory Coleman, a police inspector general, who has taken money from a company to give this rights that the Ministry of Transport has to do inspection. I was very shocked. And I will say this and say again. And I will say two things about Gregory and the police. If Joseph Boakai, the president of this country who sleeps as he's sleeping now, he's still sleeping. I know my uncle has waken up ever since. He's not sleeping again. And let me say one thing to you. One day I was the vice president, the president of Liberia. We were going to Lofa County for the PUS celebration. We went there. Abdul Kamara, myself, with the team of LB, not LB, but the team of PUF officials went there. Then Oben Bwaka was the vice president, and we talked, and Kamara talked for almost 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and said, Mr. Vice President, you got the honor. Then I spoke. And you know what Oben did? Oben Bwaka, the Oben started from where Abdul Kamara started from. So that thing, the Oben, sorry for that, what I said earlier. He doesn't sleep. I just say something. I say where he's sleeping. When I say when he's sleeping is out, he's not having control of the state. Sleeping doesn't mean that he sleeps, but he doesn't have control of the state. That boys, he led the country with boys to run the country. Boys like Gregory Coleman and others. That old man, Joseph Boakai, got up, he sat in his chair, and he addressed everything that has to do with the press union and said, when you go to Lofa County, I will give you one cow. And short to his words, he flew there with a helicopter. He came to the site where we had a program, and he provided us the cow. And he must have shook hands because I was a counterpart. I was vice president of the press union. He's vice president of Liberia, so I was his counterpart. We shook hands. But Omen Bwaka, you live in this country in the hands of boys. Why will Gregory Coleman go today and stop an inspection that was being processed and implemented by the transport union under Sylvie Tyler? They move in there and they beat people, they hurt people. They took the sign that was there and took it to the police headquarters. How does Gregory Coleman intend to have salary for the month of November? Because if the transport ministry moves in and institute a program for inspection, Hassan Newland, welcome my young brother Hassan. Welcome my young brother Hassan Newland. Jonathan K. Bala, welcome. Wilkins W. Boyman, welcome from Carwell. Nancy Jordan, welcome again. And you are in here. Jakarta Wayne, welcome from Jalatown. D. Gobea Jr., welcome. So Gregory moved his men rather, where the transfer ministry has erected at checkpoints to collect lawful revenue from the people of Liberia. He moved his men rather, they beat transfer ministry officers and they relocated them and took everything from them. Only because Gregory feels that this how do I call it? I will come and find it. This company that is providing SYZ to the transfer ministry owned by Mr. John Yibuti should be on his watch. But this is what Gregory did. He has gone to the place and took money from people and say, Gregory Coburn, that which is under the transfer ministry, a falls under the police, I will give it to you. He went and took bribe from the people. And I will adduce evidence as of tomorrow or Monday. Did you hear the transfer ministry spokesman this morning? Did you listen to Shadrach? Did you listen to Shadrach this morning? He said if the government of Liberia does not raise the necessary revenue to pay people this month, it is the police inspector general, which I agree with him. He said that on Kevin Deming's show on Prime FM. I listened very well. So you see how disappointing it is for people in the same government to be fighting for one position or for one contract, because Gregory Coburn thinks that you are taking money from the man who is going to come. He want to get a contract, he take money from the man. The man said, oh, so they are putting pressure on him now because the contract cannot come. He's on an obligation to pay the poor 50,000 he got from them. To 50,000 US dollars from the people and say, I'll give you the contract. And that contract legally falls under the Ministry of Transport. Gentlemen, where are you guys? You gotta come in here and look at this video. If you are outside there, come and look at the video. It's not operating. Why do you not want to listen to the radio? You said outside again, come and in the place. Mr. Kudu Sao, where are your people? Their studio is not accessible now. So Gregory went and took money from the people, around 50,000, and promised them that this I will find the name. It is a fleet management contract. The fleet management contract is usually under the Ministry of Transport, headed by Sally Tyler. But Gregory went there and because he felt that it's under him, so he and the Minister of Justice also told they had what they would do, and it was whatsoever. I don't know the old man very well. I've not seen him before. I didn't know his face. He put a picture where I didn't know him. But because the police falls under the Ministry of Justice, he went and took money from the people and said, I will give you this contract. But the government of Liberia knows that this contract falls under Sally Tyler in the Ministry of Transport. Their people had a meeting. They have a lot of press conferences here. They acknowledge the police that the police is in the know of this one. They're faster. So they said all of these things, and Gregory Coburn did not come and say they are not informing. They wrote him and say we'll do this inspection. To my greatest surprise, the people have gone and erected at checkpoints. I have a fire extinguisher in my car. As a matter of fact, before I went to Bali Island 2 years ago on the Joshua government, there's a friend who I have at the fire service called Kofi. I want Kofi. I say I want 2 fire extinguishers for my house. One for my car, one for my house. So for 2 years, I have not used those extinguishers because my car now caught fire. My horn get fire problem. So they are left in my house until the car got a coke. So when I asked Kofi said he can bring everybody with chin shape, but you pay some money. I said yes. So when the fire service brought this information this feed, and I started calling Kofi and other people, I said, how do I do it? They were all okay, and they are called. They say you got to bring it by. I'm prepared to pay the money for that. But how many Liberians have the money to pay as I can do? So Gregory Coleman did not agree with what the transport ministry said. They went there today, they beat the people who are doing the work, who are collecting lawful revenue from the government for the government of Liberia. They beat them, they wounded them, and took the entire weapon they put around, and they carried to that place. I was in shock that when I called the police spokeswoman, my former employee at the LBS, Cecilia Clark, she was a television director when I was deputy director general. So she worked under me as one of my employees. She's not a spokesman of the police. When I called her today on the radio, on Prime FM, she said they're not aware. We're not aware that they put. How will they be aware when the poor wrote you and said this is all I want to do, and you didn't respond to them? Gregor Como is becoming a problem in this country, Mr. President Joseph Boakai. If you can't listen to the radio, tell other people to listen to the radio. This radio is a tool of democracy. It sets a basis for transparency as well. If your public official misbehave, this is a place to inform you about it. You can't listen to the radio, then be listening to the radio now. Or test the Professor Grace will listen to the radio. Or cool out for fun. Let her listen to the radio. Because your police director is increasingly becoming embarrassing to this country. The last time I checked, he said when people get in the street to demonstrate, he will beat them. He will do this one. And Greg will come on today. The time you will take to go against the Liberian people, when you put one people outside, you put your police officer to fire tear gas here. The people will come in their numbers, they will come in their numbers, and they will challenge the Joseph Boakai government that democracy is about the people. How dare you say when I come outside, you will take your men to deal with them? You said that in ever since. I took 10 months to rest. When Ambassador George Weah said, you won me over 70,000 votes. It was other countries like in Sierra Leone, they will come and take power by force. But George Weah gave you a platter on 17,000 votes that brought a man like this man outside called police director who is on TikTok every day, saying he walking everyone. He goes to the airport, you see a man that will come in near down to the man because I don't know what in society was. Gregory, you must be careful. You must be careful. You're my friend. You're my brother. We come to the same school. I graduated 1 year before you in 1997. 1997, I graduated from high school. You graduated 2003. So, see the disparity? I am a professional in my own area. Everybody chooses to go where they want to go. You chose to go to police. You are a policeman, B-man. Me, I want the journalism. I'm a B-man in journalism because I want to become vice president of president of Liberia, which is one of the highest echelon in the profession. And then I want to serve state radio as deputy director general. Anybody who serves in this position, you are at the top, no matter how your age is. It will be the Tima Girate, it will be the Philip Brown, who I respect very well, and every one of them. Even the Philip we said, I am a leader in the press. You can't go out and easily survive. Yes. But again, the guy from the transport ministry, I think Shetra Brown said something on Kevin Devin show. He said today, if the government of Liberia does not have the requisite revenue to pay people for the month of November, it should be the police. And we'll squarely put that thing on your head, Gregory, to have gone and disrupted everything about that thing. You disrupted everything. You call people the when they beat people. How can the police be a lawless organization? Then where is my brother? The lawyer who serves under you, who has the legal knowledge. Where is Nelson Freeman in all of this? Nelson, where are you? Why do you want to You want this guy to be domineering you in that place every day? You have the legal knowledge. You should be advancing. And this man called Gregory come and say, this is not good. That is good. Let's do this one. But maybe again, Nelson Freeman is advancing Gregory, but Gregory is not listening. He comes with this hatred against people who serve in our government. He forgets to know that he worked in our government. When we had to over, he served a police driver for some time, and we had to encourage NBC, an investment, big investment corporation. But he was ran out of that place by his deputy and other people because he was proceeding unorthodoxly. You bring the same Gregory Como in the police. This is the man that Kabila Jana is crying on right now. You know, yesterday, the Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, Jolene Pierre, addressed a press conference. And I was like, what's going on? The Liberians now have been recruited by people in Guinea to go and cause instability in Guinea. What's the repercussion if it happens? Welcome, Mr. Aman Noah gave up Cully, watching from 12th Street. Mervyn Dolo watching from somewhere. It's Carwell Junction. Theophilus Goluma is watching from a scripted. His Liberia is a scripted country. And Mandela Jebo everyday different story in Liberia. Yeah, so the way they beat a drum, they will talk. The way they will do that governance thing, we'll talk about it every day. For I want to wait. I get degrees in talking. I get degrees in talking. Play degrees. I get degrees in talking from Liberia. I get degrees in talking from Kenya. I get degrees in talking from China. If you go to China Radio International CRR, my name is there as one of the scholars. I went there. I did a very good course there. Came up with very good stuff. Well traveled. And everyone I travel in this country, around the world, around 15 countries, I have smaller certificates from there. Mandela Jabo, welcome. Everyday different story in Liberia. Kasuka Dosla, filing from Harper, Maryland County. Joseph T. Nyole, good afternoon, my brother. So this is the latest coming on the police. I will end with this. Prince Crippler will come. He is a dismissed employee of the Watch Commission. And what is happening at the Watch Commission, the guys have instituted a situation where if you have a dissenting opinion about the way they run the place, they dismiss you. Least to mention that you are sedition, they dismiss you. And Prince Crippler, after he wrote the LACC complaining about corruption at the LACC, he sort of brought their robbery. Imagine somebody saying to you that to just repair one generator, $1,600, to do the one to the S1, $8,000. So they have instituted corruption in that place. And Prince Crippler saw it say it's not correct. I will read the LACC. He wrote the LACC talking about corruption as a whistleblower. That is missing yesterday. He will be here. He'll be in the next few minutes. Then at 4 o'clock, 4 to 5, I have Mr. Ben. The police officers that Gregory Coleman dismissed and his friend who they sent on an errand to go and bring somebody who was an illegal gold mine, go buyer. They brought it to the money for he dismissed them. They will be here at 4 to 5. We will not rest on the importance of making this country great. And I think Joseph Nimon Boakai, the president, has a good intent. But those he brings into the governance process, they are causing problem for this country, and one of them is Gregory Coleman. And we'll bring it to check every day. I will tell you, Gregory, that the media is powerful than the gun you get. They are going to kill me. I have the work 40 years. My daughter is studying law in Rwanda. She graduates next year with a law degree. My son is other high school. He's going to a college now. My last daughter is in the 9th year in the 6th grade. Kill me, you want to kill me, Gregory? Bring your guns on. I will tell them that this mic is bigger than the guns you have. You're not sat in the same school. And I was a scholar for you, Gregory. So what he did, You've been hearing about Councillor Kabila Jane. I will tell the story. But welcome Jackson Matthews from Cyprus. Welcome. Jackson Matthews watches us from Cyprus. While Fan F Bobo watching us. He says, "Senior brother, I'm a wait for your high level of professionalism." Thank you, my brother. Thanks for your deal. Darlington Cooper says, "Good evening, big brother. I'm watching you from Cambodia." Funny I can see the last one. Oh, watching from Cambodia. Cambodia, yes. Thank you, my brother, for watching, Darlington Cooper. So, Mr. Kabila Jane is raising some issues. He is the former deputy, or let me say, associate justice of the Supreme Court, who was removed under the weird government. So recently, there's a man that was accused called Ibrahim Khalif Sharif. He spells the Sharif as Cherif. Sharif. It's not Sheriff. That man ran away from Guinea and came to Liberia and said the Guinean authorities wanted to kill him because they said he wanted to topple the government of Guinea. He was arrested by the police on Gregory Como and incarcerated at the central prison. So after being incarcerated, Gregory Como, in his own style of leadership, he thought again to go get money from the man. They took 200,000 from the man. I'm told, allegedly, they allegedly took 200,000 from the man after they arrested him. They came, they charged the man, they put him in jail. They took the man money from him. So Kabila Jane and others say, how will you arrest another man's citizen? This man was born in Liberia on the bypass here. This man's a Liberian citizen, but he went to Guinea, he's living in Guinea. So he was born, say he's a Liberian citizen. So why are you putting him in jail? So Kabila Jane, who is a still lawyer, said, let me go and find out. They went and did all the legal processes. And the court said that the police released this Liberian Guinean. So Gregory Como and his other people went at that central prison. The night when they released the order to have the guy released the next day, they surreptitiously and they demonstrably took the man from the prison and sling him away from Liberia. Nobody knows where he carry him. So Kabila Jane is saying that this man is my client. I stole for him. If he can produce a living body, the people will hold me responsible for him. Then sadly yesterday, I heard a Jeremy Pia on the state radio ERBC announcing that there are people in Guinea who are planning subversive activities to carry on an overthrow in Guinea because they have taken Liberian, how you call it, sir? They've taken Liberians from here, Yulumo, and they want to train them in Liberia to go and overthrow the government. So they put another man in there. And they've been going to Guinea surreptitiously in the adding the Guinean authorities. And so the guy who are talking about, the guy disappeared from the central prison. We are told that Gregory Coleman went there one night and a few of his officers, they removed the man from the cell that day. Before he was being released the next day, they took the man to unknown destination. Now Jeremy comes on radio and tells Liberians that the man was taken from they sent him to Guinea. How were maybe running from harm? The snake running from the frog running from the snake and run away and go all the way in one hole. You go there into the frog from the hole and give back to the snake. What the snake will do? And we eat the snake will eat that frog. They see me, they accused of taking trying to overthrow the Guinean government. They took him from jail overnight and carried him back to Guinea. They said they gave him the Guinean government because he was trained missionaries here. How can that be possible, my people? So what is the fate of that guy? Then what they did, they allegedly told another man and said, they say man's accomplice. They say we sent 2 men to Guinea, but the man they took from the arresting in Liberia was just 1 man. They took 200,000 for him allegedly. The man cannot find anywhere. So Cabinet General is saying that Gregory Como is responsible for taking the man from the prison cell. He fears that the man has been killed by Gregory Como and his men, or they are taking and giving to the junta in Guinea. They killed him. He is the lawyer for the man. He wants the man's living body. So when you heard Cabinet General saying the other day, say, I will stage the demonstration against the state security, like, where you're taking from? That man, for God's sake, he is a supporter of the Unity Party. He doesn't support Joshua because Joshua government took him from a position. He supported a rescue mission with all he had, his soul, everything. He forehead, hair, everything was inside. If the man speaks the way he speaks, it means there's something very, very, very strange, and there's some opinions behind his conversation. I would read you the comments, and I told Princess here. I see Prince walking in. I will take few of the comments. I'll read them and take few calls. Yeah, say there. And when Prince says, I will take 15 minutes, I will say add what he is giving. But it's important because Gregory Como is becoming a law and order unto himself. Until God, this man brings himself down and act as a professional police officer, he will lead his country to crisis. And if this government of Joseph Boakai comes down, it's Gregory Como. You cannot be very overpowerful than anybody here. That's what he's doing. Gregory Como come and get me and kill me. Where you want to kill me? You say you carry a gun. Carry a gun. You send the people around. You send a text to somebody and say, like Marvin Cole, who is a representative of District Number 3 in Bon County, send a text to the man, say, you don't know what I carry. A representative will say, man, you know what I carry. What I carry is money. What you carry? What does that signify when you tell somebody that? It means you carry a weapon, and the man doesn't have a weapon and kill you anytime. That's a threat to a lawmaker who was elected by 19,500 people in Bon County. The second largest lawmaker who got the largest votes in the lower house. Aside from my nephew, Johnny Behe, who got 78,000 votes in Bon County. Yes. I drove my car to Bon County, carried supporters of Johnny Behe, I carried in my car. They voted. I went for running election who voted. And Johnny Behe, in the history of this country, besides Joseph, he gets the second largest votes in this country, 78 or 79,000 votes. Aside from this, it's Marvin Cole. If you can threaten a lawmaker, how about me who doesn't have, who do not have a position in the government? But yeah, these will be exposed. And this is my recommendation to the government. Gregory Como stopped the inspection program today because he took money from the other side, and you think that this man called Ubuti is not he's with it. But Ubuti be there since Ellen Johnson at the time. He was there to Georgia time. He came on this government, but Gregory Como wanted to change the whole thing about this inspection. He wants to be on his rights because he had taken money from the people. $30,000 US dollars allegedly from the people. We had used the document. It's be more than that or less than that. But that's what the guy's saying to us. So he sits there and he makes himself powerful. He goes to Ralphie and kneel down on a clergyman who comes, and I want small boy in the spiritual realm. Come after the subject. I read it for you, Gregory. And we'll keep exposing you guys because this content needs, it deserves better. And don't mind it, this conversation will not end just between you and I and the rest of the people in Liberia. Let people know how wicked you are. So Cabinet General is saying that this police officer called Gregory Como and the inspector and Solicitor General called Fire. They took my client from jail. They killed him. If you send a man over to the junta in Guinea, where is the extradition papers? Or paper rather. Where are the papers? Because if you extradite somebody to their home country, there must be papers between you and the country sending the man. They can't find the man paper, extradition paper. So in Cabinet General's mind is that Gregory took the man from jail and killed the man. Can you imagine the net man should have been free on bond? They went that net, they took the man from jail and put the man in a car, they took the man somewhere else. This is a serious crisis. If care is not taking President Boakai, this young man, very exuberant young man who comes with a lot of power in his head and wants to portray himself as the best police director, will put this country into chaos and your government will come down. It doesn't take the people like 1 minute to bring the country down. We're not brave people in this country. What happened to Kenya? They both faced the police with the bullets in their chest. They killed them, they stood, and there was a change in Kenya. If you think you are a police director here, you are very powerful than anybody, the Liberian people have the power in their hands. Mr. Gregory Como. This is insanity, lawlessness, and stupidity on your part. You get us angry. We should be using this kind of voice, but we are angry with you. A spineless young man says on TikTok every day he goes around TikTok, he dances on TikTok and with police officers who are very hungry. You got class 46 of the police who are here. They were trained on a Georgia. Send general up to this and they're getting a salary. They hear the pass around. I will discuss class 46 tomorrow. I will send text messages between me and the guys who said they are people of their homes. They can't go to school. They can't go to school because SYZ. You can't say pay them. Spineless, wicked people. Otis Wawali, welcome. Van Soiree, welcome. Chris Silly, welcome. Winifred G. Dwell, welcome. How are you? Environmentalist Ducle Samuel Momolu II. I don't ask. Then Lamford Tukba, welcome. Can you give me a song? Let me have a break. Then I welcome my comrade, Mr. Prince Crippler, a former representative candidate defeated though, dismissed from the Watch Commission, who has written the congratulations, who has written the LCC to investigate what's happening around. So Lamford Tukpa says, "Hi Jala Griffith, I'm following you from Barnesville Estate. We are getting to the point gradually where Liberians will go after those people and call for the resignation. I am number one person who is willing to sign for the resignation of the Wakai's led government. Let me tell you that this, if embarrassing, no, I can't get a connection, my brother. Thanks for that, Lamford Tupa. Environmentalist Douglas Samuel is watching me. Sopranic, the people choice, Goa. Man, your brother, long time no see, man. My wife birthday mate. Hello. Oh, your wife birthday mate. Yeah, tell you well, hello for me. Suspended Goa, my friend, long time no see. Jerry Yukon J. Conga, watching from Marshall Road. Good afternoon, Heavenly J. O.P. Oni Johnson, welcome. Where is man Ruben Kane? And welcome. And the man called Christian Sagbe, where are you? The office staff of Abu Bana Kamara Shem. Good afternoon to you, Shem, and the rest of the people. Let me take a break. I will come back.
My best I know want to do it, do. Clip walk and rock you. Lepe when you coming true. You can see all the good God do for me, oh. Papa, your blessing to plant me and I get cut out to oh. You open door, you made a way. Make my enemy call and fail. They wanna wallow down me. I listen people not saying. Me only used to tell me, now they telling me, okay, congratulations. They opening corridor for me to pass. You said the full say, congratulations. See how you turning around for good from the way to farewell. Congratulations. The grace I carried and on your head, the church and do well. Congratulations. Congratulations. They all my kids they wanting me for. All of my Kenya give it to God. They think you love to you love follow my mom. Les papes la zoba. Les poils don't go to go. See the thing I do. Tell her to say we not doing so. Me I go pepe. Jump to you turn it around for me. When all of them were looking down on me. Clipper you still a show. Your own pa is slow but show. Tell me I today, tell me yes sir. Used to put your level, tell me what's that. Look better than plan to your dream. Papa, I do as you say. Hey, you can see. All the good God do for me, oh. Papa, your blessing to plant me and I get out of to oh. You open door, you made a way. Made my enemy talent fail. They wanna wallow down me. I listen people not saying. Me only used to tell I mean they telling me okay, congratulations. They opening corridor for me to pass. They said the post say congratulations. See how you turn it around for good from there where to farewell. Congratulations. The grace I carried and on your head, they teach it and do well. Congratulations.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Pepe can't go. The papa said no one to do it, do. Clipper can rock you. Lippe when you coming true.
The Papa second rush your lippe when you coming through.
Yeah, I can see.
The cash giveaway is here.
For me, oh.
Star 799 star 90 hash. Select number 18 and play with 200 LD. You get $20,000, man. Who wants to get us on this afternoon? My younger brother Prince Uncommon Favor Jala. Our daddy is in heaven looking at you. You are beg a master degree today from the AME University for the graduate program. And my former boss lady.
Congratulations.
Esther Liberty Cameroon comes out with another degree too. I'm proud of you, young brother.
My kids they wanting me for all of my Kenya.
Uncle, our uncle.
Mama.
Water Goningale is also looking at you from heaven. And our father Joseph D. Jala looks down from heaven looking at you too. And say, congratulations, my son. Prince Uncommon Favor, welcome, and Jala. Welcome, my brother. Thank you for the degree. We'll celebrate the degree. Star 79 and star 90 hash. Select number 8 and play with 200 LD and get $20,000. Just after I left the studio, the guys will do the drill. Welcome again to the show. You know, but by 5 o'clock, 4 to 5 o'clock, we'll expand the discussion because they see in Gary Coleman dismiss some people from the police and say they are armed robbers. People's husband. That they went and took money from the people and say the people they sent on mission. How will you send men on mission to arrest people who are purported investors and they bring the people for you? Then you take them and you took the money from the people, you dismiss them because you want to have the public. I didn't know what was happening. So I sat on this radio and said, police and robbers. Not knowing Gary Coleman was just sugarcoating. And once he wants to appear as the best man in the eyes of the public. Zeke Morris Duclay, good afternoon, good morning from my end, brother. He says, Abraham Man is joining us. You can say what you want to say, Abraham. It's up to you. We didn't care. Hey, you want to listen to go boss a year? They get many decisions around. You can join and listen. Because we talk the truth, so you can follow. We talking nonsense. We are more. Yes, we're talking. So let me welcome Mr. Prince Crippler. You know, several weeks ago, I discussed the WASH Commission. So the WASH Commission honored Mr. Nyango, dismissed, suspended, and cut the salaries of so many of their employees. Comfort Corporate welcome. Washington Stephen Tower from Staten Island, New York, USA is Comfort Corporate. Washington Staten Island, New York. And Chris Lee has joined me again from Dakota, the USA. Following you live from North Dakota is Chris Silly. Welcome, Chris, and Comfort Cooper from Staten Island in New York. So I had a 1-hour program and discussed why the administration of the WASH Commission was proceeding the way they were proceeding. Dismissed people because of their affiliation politically. And those who were dismissed and suspended and cut their salaries were people who are quote-unquote citizens. It was clear. And for the record's sake, I sent text message to Naomi Tobia, Niji. I said, I'm going to discuss this issue. Can you please send me your PR people number so that I can have them to make a representation on the radio for you? And up to this date, I've not seen any message from her. But Prince Kobler blew the whistle. He's a whistleblower. You know what happened at the RRC where this guy was dismissed, Patrick Woolsey and his deputy Hoff? They entered government with just a motive to steal. They start stealing every day. You brought refugees from Ghana, you inflated the numbers. The guys were maybe 1,000, you said 2,000. Then you took money that you are bringing, they belong to the next 1,000. You put in your pocket. You usually check to yourself and SYC. It told one brave whistleblower called Jackson, who appeared on radios and explained to the government Liberia that these guys are in corruption. What happened? Ambassador Joseph Jumon Boakai, who said he will fight corruption, took seize of the matter. And I said, believe that he will take seize of the matters that come from other institutions. He dismissed them and replaced them. So Prince wrote the ARECC complaining about wanton spending and corruption at the WASH Commission. Few days after, he was dismissed. Prince, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Jara, it's a pleasure to be here. And let me say hi to the people of Liberia under the sound of our voices. I'm excited to be in Voice of Liberia studio for the very first time. And I'm impressed by the level of innovation and creativity that I'm seeing, for a media empire in Liberia. Thank you for...
How is the WASH Commission? Are you off now? Were you dismissed? Or what is the situation?
I just received a letter this morning.
This morning?
Yeah,
today is what, the 11th?
This morning.
It's the 13th.
Yeah, today is the 13th. I just received a letter. I got a call.
Can somebody come here and put Mr. Prince Cripplas on the platform? Go ahead.
So I got a call yesterday that I have a dismissal letter at the commission. So as a person who believes in the rule of law, I drove over to the WASH Commission, the entity that I work with since 2020, to receive this purported letter of dismissal. And so I picked, even though we had a whole round of conversation, we had a whole round of pushback, and before the letter of dismissal were finally handed over to me today.
Today?
Yeah, today I did.
Why were you dismissed?
So, on the 6th of this month, November, I officially wrote the CSA, Civil Servant Agency, the entity responsible for employment of public, workers in the country.
Okay.
That letter was basically to raise concern about my salary, which was not paid in the month of October.
And you worked?
And I worked in the month of October, and I got email trace to send to you, where I sent it to you already to your email and also to your WhatsApp. I just sent that a few minutes ago.
Let me check.
So I worked the entire October. I did a lot of heavy lifting at the level of the WASH Commission in the entire month of October. But then when the month ended, I checked my account balance when everybody have already received their pay, their salaries, and I didn't see my salaries. I raised the issue up with the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Yango, and he said that must be some kind of error somewhere, and that he was going to rectify that. I got email exchanges to that effect. he said he was moving to CSA. He went to CSA, and then he came back and called me into a meeting and said, look, CSA, remove your name from the payroll.
Is Mr. Nyango saying that?
It is Mr. Nyango who's saying that. So I said, for what? He said, myself can't understand. And I said, so then we need to bring the CSA to book. If the CSA did remove my name from payroll without your acquiescing, and I work for the WASH Commission, which you provide stewardship over, then it is just fair enough for you to work hard for an employee that is promising in your entity who labor right is being violated. And he said, okay. And then only to realize that it was total deception. He
was deceiving you.
He was deceiving me.
And what was the truth of the matter?
The truth of the matter is that he had worked with the CSA to remove my name from payroll.
For what reason?
Because I have been raising a lot of issues about corruption. I've been raising a lot of issues about mismanagement. I've been raising a lot of issues about the way they are staffing the commission and illegal and wrongful dismissals. Yeah.
So they are dismissing people and bringing new people?
They are dismissing lots of people. In fact, at the moment, they have dismissed more than 40% of the employees that they inherited. They inherited 84 employees. And to the best of my knowledge,
by that time you were saying the employee of the entity.
Oh yeah.
How long have you been in the entity?
I've been in the entity since 2020 February 1.
And what was your role? What was your job description? Your job title, right?
I was prior to receiving letter today, I was the director for program planning and technical services. So that
you occupied that position on the date to this day?
Until today's date. In fact, the last date Mr. Nyango and myself worked was the 5th of November. He had given me assignment on the 5th of November, on the 4th of November, on the 3rd of November, on the 30th of November and December, I organized the sector coordination meeting. I presided over the sector coordination meeting. It was very effective, and that sector coordination meeting used to be my responsibility under the previous Chief Executive Officer, Bobby Whitfield. As part of my TOR, it's my responsibility to conduct the sector coordination meeting. When Yango came initially, he thought that his office directly would have handled the sector coordination meeting, and so they took it from me. When they realized that the sector coordination meeting failed, the last edition they held was in September. That September edition brought together 32 sector stakeholders. Out of the 32 sector stakeholders that came to attend that sector coordination meeting, 12 of them were from the WASH Commission. They were directors directly from the National Water Sanitation and Hygiene Commission. And then just about 10 of them were from the sector. And the 10 that were from the sector, about 4 were from civil society. And so international organizations, local organizations were around 6, 7, 8 persons. And the civil society got very agitated about that. And I got a minutes to that effect. They registered their opposition to the poor management of the sector coordination meeting. So the next Monday after the sector coordination meeting in September, Mr. Nyango brought that to the senior staff meeting and said that the meeting was poorly attended. We need to find a strategy. And then he realized that my office was responsible for the conduct of the sector coordination meeting. And when he came, he took it from me. Since he took it from me, the sector coordination meeting had been poorly attended. So in that meeting, he apologized to me and turned the responsibility back to me.
Wow.
And then I led that process in October. The first meeting I conducted, it brought together around 89 participants.
And before then, it was poorly attended.
It was the last edition in September was attended by 22 people.
So it means that you had authority over that sector.
Exactly. In fact, that's my job.
Let me recognize some of the guys who joined. Peter Lynn Peters. Good afternoon, Peter Lynn Peters. Boy Solo, I'll read your comments later. Lahai Passe, I'll read your comment later. Peter Lynn Peters, welcome. Patricia Brown, Washington Rehab Community. Morris Neiman Jr., welcome as well. Welcome. Let's go ahead.
So he turned that over to me, and I conducted that meeting. He was presiding, and I was the moderator. The meeting was well attended than ever before. Since he returned, that was the first sector coordination meeting that was attended by international organizations, local organizations, water producers, I mean, from private sector, different backgrounds. The meeting was highly attended. Not right after the meeting, only to realize that that month that I worked diligently, October, my name wasn't on payroll. I didn't receive pay. It means that I was used and dumped. And so I raised issue and then send a communication to the executive mansion and then raise issue about corruption in the entity, which I have been talking about in senior staff meeting, which I've been talking about between email exchanges, between he and I, which I have. And so my punishment is to remove me from payroll and dismiss me, because there have been a long plot to remove me because I am a sedition.
Now, what happened? I'm told that you were in the institution, but you were not happy with some of the things that go on there.
Yeah.
In terms of expenditure of the resources given to the entity.
Yeah.
And you wrote the LACC.
Yeah.
What gave you the courage to have done what you did?
So,
and when did you start writing the LACC? Is it when you got dismissed today, or when you did it before?
No, I did it before. In fact, that's one of the cardinal reason why I got dismissed. Why I had to write the LACC to bring this matter to the LACC.
And why were you? Why did this state in your account?
So my communication was very clear, and which I share copy with you. I've shared copy with the executive mansion and different media stakeholders. In the WASH Commission has an allocation for the first time of $250,000 United States dollars for goods and services.
That is aside from the
from salaries, around 600 and somewhat, thousand. But goods and services, that is the operational funds for the commission. Under that goods and services, which I send the entire breakdown to you as well by email, you have funding there for domestic travel, funding for international travel,
generator repairs,
funding for repair and maintenance of generator, funding for fuel and lubricants for generator, funding for power supply, electricity power supply. But here's the point where Mr. Yango and his human resource and manager and that of director for administration. The same lady who is serving in the role of human resource is the same person that is serving in the role of the acting director for administration and finance.
Who is she?
One Naomi. You just emphasize her
name.
Naomi.
Yeah, so, I wrote Naomi.
So she's the human resource manager. She was brought by Yango, and they coerced the previous human resource manager to resignation. And once he resigned,
did she get the requisite qualification and everything?
So she doesn't have a human resource background.
Anyway. And did she get vetted by NMBs?
No, they didn't follow all of the procedures. We just woke up.
What the procedures?
We just woke up one morning, and in one senior staff meeting, in fact, we just saw Naomi working, and she's bombed. The director, the manager for human resource. And then after 2 months, or after a month or so, then he dismissed the director for administration and finance, in spite of the protest from the Ministry of Finance that no, the director of administration and finance is not under your jurisdiction. You cannot dismiss the director of administration and finance. But because Mr. Yango know that he inherited that director of administration and finance and all of his corruption deeds, he will not be in a position to interact with the director of administration and finance. So what he thought to do was remove the director of administration and finance and ask Naomi, while serving the role of human resource, you are also the acting director of administration and finance. So she holds two positions at the moment, on top of the position of CEO. She is the de facto CEO of the WASH Commission.
So whatever she says, de facto, what does it mean?
Whatever she says is final.
And does she get salary for the two positions or just one salary?
Actually, she got salary for one, but she's acting in the two role. The reason why she playing in the two role is that the director for administration and finance is responsible for procurement, and Yango is stealing through procurement activities. She supervises the manager for procurement services. She supervises that manager. All administrative related employment, she supervises that, and those are the two key channel through which
Monies are spent.
I spend it. I spend it in the institution, and that's the open up that Mr. Yango have found now, and Naomi happens to be that stooge that is being used to steal resources from the Liberian government and people.
Now, I will come to you, Mr. Prince Crippler, to go to the specifics, which you wrote the LACC that concerns the Liberian people, because what's happening there is a political decision.
Yeah.
So they dismiss people because they were CDC people. Others were dismissed.
The specific.
But I will come to the specific. I want to just get knowledge from the guys. But the guy one guy is here, he says, Boy Solo says, hi, my brother Jala Grayfield. Let me remind you and give this message to the police director. Former President Charles Taylor felt that he was more man to defend Liberia. It took a few months for the Liberian people to get ready for President Taylor to run him out of Liberia. His men cannot resist the force of the Liberian people. There's a government that doesn't have the military strength continues to arise the Liberian people. When we get ready for this place, director will run for their lives. Peter Lynn Peters, welcome. I say Harris, Washington, and Washington from Minneapolis. Mandela Jebo said, I'm not seeing your guest. Yes, the guest will come on. We're working on that. Honorable Jackson Colley watching us from somewhere. Most other country, District 10. Paul John Taylor is watching 40 M. Then I'll read all their comments. So let's go to the specifics of which you wrote.
So basically, what I've written the LACC for the LACC to conduct a forensic investigation of Mr. Yango and his cronies at the National Water Sanitation.
Did you write that before your dismissal today?
Oh yes, I wrote.
How long has it taken?
The letter was written. Let me find the date on the 11th of November.
Okay.
On the 11th of November, the letter was written.
November 11th. Today's what? Today's
the 13th.
The 13th.
13th of November, and then I received, dismissal today. So that letter.
So I mean 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago, I wrote it and I forwarded a copy to the Mr. Yango and to the office of the executive marshal and different stakeholders.
Okay.
So immediately when they saw that letter, they chose to strike. And so it means,
and they struck you very hard.
Yeah, they struck me, but in my view, in their view, is very hard.
You were very struck hard.
I'm prepared for that. I know when you are fighting corruption.
How do you fight back?
I know when you are fighting corruption, there will always be pushback. Corruption get away.
So what are the counts? What are the counts in the?
So the counts are when you look in our allocation for goods and services, Ajala, you will see that. 6,000 United States dollars is allocated for not fuel, but power supply. That is, we give that amount to LEC, and LEC supply us electricity for the entire 12 months of 2024. On top of that amount, 20,000 is allocated for fuel and lubricant for the standby generator of the commission. Now, when do you use the standby generator? You use the standby generator when the LEC is off. So the 20,000 was meant to get fuel and lubricant for that standby generator. To the best of my knowledge, as a director who worked in the commission, who goes to work as early as 6:30, 6:45, and leave from the office as late as 8 p.m. because of the volume of my work.
Yeah.
LEC, effectiveness has been around 99% per month in terms of LEC power supply to the commission. Electricity highly goes off. Only once in a while that electricity goes. And so in few of the senior staff meetings, I raised concern about, okay, LEC is stable. So what are we doing with the 20,000 that is being allocated for the standby generator? Because when LEC is available, you can put the generator on. There's no possibility that you put the generator on. So what are we doing with that? Then I received a lot of pushback, right? So I'm notifying LACC, I realized that they have created fictitious documents and information that they sent to Ministry of Finance to suggest that they have been purchasing fuel and lubricant for the standby generator, irrespective of the fact that LDC is permanent. It's not going. You cannot even spend up to $1,000 out of that $20,000 that you're talking about. So my idea is, under the PFM law, you read the Ministry of Finance and inform the Ministry of Finance that, look, LDC is permanent, it's stable, we're not using the money, so we want to redirect the money to other essential activities. Because the commission has a lot of needs. We're developing policies. Most of the time, I working with different directors who develop policies. We go to develop those policies on empty stomach, sometimes no water to even drink. So why not you write the Ministry of Finance to say, look, you allocated $20,000 in the budget for us, but we're not using the $20,000 to buy fuel and lubricant for the generator as much as we anticipated we would have done. And so we want to redirect this money into some other essential activities. But because Mr. Yango
is sent to another, it's Safun.
The Safun is Safun.
Where are the areas besides for generator? What are the other areas?
So the other point is, on that same power supply, there is 7,000 allocated for maintenance
of the generator.
So if the generator is not being used,
why do we maintain it?
Why do you maintain? There's absolutely nothing to maintain. Then on top of that, there's a $30,000 allocated for cleaning materials and services to clean the offices, to purchase materials for the janitorial staff to clean our offices, and then clean the surrounding of the office and in the office. It's good for us. We emphasize this as being key because as the Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Commission, we are the regulator of the sanitary condition of different businesses, and environments. So we must set the example for what we want to see happen at the private sector level, at different government ministries and agencies. But unfortunately, what did happen? We agreed that, look, we were going to pay for fumigation service, right? That is, we're going to hire a firm that will come to clear our rows, fumigate the entire office to refresh the air in the office, come around the office, clean the office, and then be able to pin the building and do all kind of, to keep the place tidy up. Because we are supposed to set the example of the kind of environment we would like to see, whether in private sector, whether in governmental sector, and so forth. What we saw when the bid opened up was we saw companies coming. They did specimens, they collect information about our respective offices to apply, to participate in the bid. And then later on, a company won the bid, but we never saw any company coming to do fumigation services. We never saw any company coming to clean. Our janitors are less equipped, no equipment, and we received whopping 30,000. What get me more angry?
30,000 for fumigation,
for cleaning materials and services. But in that cleaning, we said we want to pay for fumigation. We want to buy some equipment that our janitors, we got about 6 to 7 janitors, that they will use to ease in their work so that they will be able to live up to the job responsibility. But what angered me the most, Jala, is this. One Saturday, I saw the memo, which I have.
A memo, what does it say?
A memorandum
calling for
from the very Naomi, asking all the staff to come, that was on Friday, to come on Saturday morning to clean the office.
Or after they have given money for fumigation,
whopping $1,000 was given for cleaning materials and services.
Jesus Christ.
Staff got nothing to do with that money. They didn't eat the money. They didn't see the money. You collected the money, you and Mr. Yango. Then you telling staffers that they should assemble on Saturday morning. They should come with their cutlasses. They should come with shovels. They should come with brooms to clean the office. And a lot of staff started to protest. And I, as a director, and a couple of other directors say, we're not coming anywhere. We're not hired to come and clean. There's allocation already made for that purpose, and you people have received the money. You utilize the money. The next thing, threats start to come to staff. In fact, when you read that memo, the memo is very clear. Anybody who failed to turn up will be suspended or dismissed. Wow. I have that memo. I took serious issue with Naomi in senior staff meeting.
about that. I told her, you can't do that. That is violation of the rights of staffers. You get people to come here as early as you say 8 o'clock is the deadline for entering the office. The book will be closed. People wake up as early as 6 o'clock. They come to work. Then the only Saturday they have to attend to their family and other basic things. Then you're telling them to come and volunteer. Even if you're telling them to volunteer, it can be forced. You can't be threatening them dismissal.
Yeah, but I'm trying to look at this document you sent to me earlier about this expenditure. It's not opening, but there are a lot of things you raised in that document. I think it's about 7 bullet points. You talk about other areas where they are spending money and the services were not provided.
Yeah. So
what are other areas?
So
I'm just trying to open it.
So one of the areas they spend money and they, they got the resources, they spend it, but in actual reality, the services were not provided. It's like the janitorial service that we're talking about, the cleaning service, the fumigation. They spent $30,000. Those services were never provided. The fuel and lubricant for the generator, they did that, and those services were not also provided. They were supposed to purchase lots of equipment with at least more than $15,000 of the $30,000. Like vacuum machine, different equipment that will aid the work of our janitorial staffs. They have not purchased those equipments, right? They have additional $30,000 allocated for stationaries and supply, right? Stationery and supply, $30,000. Jala, do you know if you took $30,000 to purchase stationery and supply, it will fill this whole room? Go to our warehouse.
The thing is
our warehouse is as equal to your studio, but you can still play football in our warehouse.
Wow.
And you will have
$30,000 US dollars.
$30,000 worth of stationery and supply.
But did you check and see those that the equipment were there?
They are not there. On many occasions, we had to go borrow sheets from outside. On many occasions, we had to go be looking for notepad. On many occasions, we had to go be looking for staple machine and staple pin. On many occasions, we have to go look for paper glued when we are writing communications outside. Meanwhile, the commission has received whooping $30,000 United States dollars for stationaries and supply.
Wow. Let me welcome our old man Shaq Davis, G. Shaq Davis from Sando County Public. Welcome. And let me welcome Mr. Fode, Jan, Charlison. That Charles Zonic 10 is here. Asada and Miller is also here. And welcome to all of you. Just say your comments. I'll read them later because we're having a very good conversation. And that's so Prince.
Yeah.
What has the LACC responded to you?
So I'm very certain and believing that the LACC will, but they haven't yet. My letter just went on the 11th. I'm anticipating that in the next few days they might respond, but they haven't at the moment. And considering how grave these issues are, and the intention behind writing them and the mandate that they have, I would have expected that by now they would have approached Mr. Yango and his team about these grave concerns.
You just wrote 2 days ago.
Yeah, I wrote 2 days ago.
So it means that others have other pertinent issues there.
That they have to address as well. I agree. But the other important thing to note, Jala, that I emphasize is that when Mr. Yango took over, he dismissed the director of administration and finance. He dismissed the controller
of the entity.
Why he dismissed them? His grounds was that he had forwarded them to the LACC for issuing checks in the name of stars.
Okay.
1, 2, that they have made withdrawal to the Wasen account of the entity. But meanwhile, today, one of the complaints that are filed to the LACC is that Mr. Yango has issued check in the name of 2 stars, the very thing he saw wrong, for which he forwarded the name.
Do you have a copy of those in communication?
I passed the account number to the LACC people. I spoke with those staff. Those staff told me they were on a threat, they were on a duress to have accepted. And when they brought the money back, the money was taken from them by the very HR administration / officer and / acting CEO or de facto CEO. That money was taken from them. But the point here is, if it was wrong yesterday and you saw it to be wrong, why shouldn't that be wrong today? And that same investigation you're talking about is before LACC. You told your complaint there about staffers, and you now started to get based into that scenario. My answer is that when they report yesterday that I have written the LACC about that matter, restituted the money back to the account yesterday.
Or the money that was taken away
they took from the account, they carried to redeposit that money. Because they heard,
and when it's deposited, they deposited.
It will be there. The day you withdraw the account, the money, it will also be there. Why did you withdraw it in the first place? Why did you withdraw it?
Let me welcome
the LSCC must have to conduct that investigation. They will find out that these guys withdrew the money, and when I complain, then they carry the money back yesterday to deposit, to redeposit.
So it means the money was taken somewhere, and waiting for the time it is no whistleblower.
Then they will use the money.
Welcome, Miss Evelyn Brown, Mr. Joseph, my friend and brother, long time to see. Asada and Miller, welcome. Good afternoon, Mr. Griffith. I'm watching you from Red Light. It's good to be on the show again. Thanks, Asada. And so let me say this. I will open the lines. It's just about 9 minutes of the time. We'll tell you system, of course. But Mr. Prince Peter is a whistleblower. The other day, when the guy who was Charles Brown or Charles Jackson, raised this concern on the media, immediately Wakai showed that an investigation was launched that led to the dismissal of Adewozi and Mr. Hoff and another client. Now another whistleblower is blowing whistle. How do we protect these whistleblowers? Why are you so brave?
And you see, look,
I know our friend.
Look, I believe very strongly it's hard time that we start having independent minds in the civil service. If we have politicians, people who are in senior management political positions, independent, and you have civil servants who are subservient to those individuals, who are not independent enough to stand firm to ensure that the right thing is done, we don't have a country. We don't have a country. Prince Crippler cannot be an individual who wants to go to the legislature to stand for the Liberian people, and he's in a senior management role in the WASH Commission, continent, the suffering, the stealing, and the picking of the resources of our country insists nothing about that. That's where my courage comes from. I know your background must also side. That is where my courage comes from. I know normally there will be a pushback.
For the first thing, this WASH Commission.
Yeah.
I was Veritas as executive correspondent.
Yeah.
We started a WASH.
Exactly.
And it was because of we establishing the WASH
media.
That's where we're discussing
exactly.
And led to the establishment of WASH Commission today.
Exactly.
And that was as far back as 2008.
Exactly.
Wow. So we have a history.
So the commission now is into establishment, and somebody.
And we still have the meeting fine billing.
Very well.
Fine billing.
And then later on, CCC.
Yeah, CCC.
Christian community.
Oh, yes.
You know, Mr. Foley, you know, Foley always used to give us the opportunity.
Let me announce. Yeah.
And while I feel they always used to give us the opportunity.
But please, let's have a few conversations with the public outside there. Yeah. Because it's important. You know, the public is listening. They want to comment. Well, keep playing the star giveaway. It's 799 star 799 star. Playing star 799 star 90 hash. Select number 8 and play with 200 Liberty, and you get 20,000 LD. Star 799 star 90 hash. Select number 8 and play with 200 LD and get 20,000. 30 seconds. The first caller. 30 seconds.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
David King, you have 30 seconds. No more than that.
Yeah. See, Mr. Crippler, I know he's a man of God, and he would not bow down to any pressure I give him for the Liberian people. So I know him for his steadfastness in fighting for the right of Liberia and Liberians. So Mr. Crippler, I just want to for your strength. You always exhibit in this kind of issue. So we are with you. Looking forward to you making sure that you investigate and bring the corporate to this. Thank you.
Thank you. Next caller, welcome. Hello, caller, are you there?
Thank you, I'm there.
Yeah, go ahead. Is that Hussein Kiawu?
Yeah, this is Hussein.
Hussein, go ahead, 30 seconds.
Yes, quickly. Let me say good afternoon to your guest in the studio. I wanted to thank you for coming up and being very brave as to being a whistleblower. I think it is very important when we have people that are in different sectors, that will take that bravery and, come out to inform the people about different happenings like bro.
This seems to be very good for your country, for your government, right?
Yes, I support it. I appreciate him. I the email and I just saw the president have just dismissed three officials at the Ministry of State.
Wow.
I'm
not going to what are the names?
Yeah, you have one Mohammed S. Kumar, assistant minister. You have his name. I'm not going to grab on. You got the financial controller, and that I think the deputy financial controller. Three persons were dismissed.
Okay, I will look at it. Okay, go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, so I want to appreciate it. Some of these information cards, they have different government officials who are listening so that they can take, some of those information and try to launch an
Absolutely. Yes.
So I appreciate it coming and we'll continue to do some of those things. So
thank you. Thank you. 07709079007. We're taking some calls just for 30 seconds each, and we can have Mr. Prince Kripler giving his party comment to leave us. Then on the flip side, we'll have some dismissed police officers who were involved in armed robbery dismissed by Inspector General Gregory Coleman. 07709079007 is the number. But Paul John Taylor says Gregory Coleman needs to be removed from the police. We have seen many bad legacies on the wicked and unpatriotic so-called police general. There are some of the bad attitudes that A.B. Coleman demonstrated during former President Bush's administration. Let me go back. So this is Voice of Liberia. 104.1 is the frequency. Calls on 07009079007. This caller is a welcome call. How are you? Where do you call from?
Brother, how you doing?
Is that Joseph? Your voice sounds so familiar before. You were one of my regular callers on Love FM days, man. I've not heard you for over 10 years.
You guys have brought us the platform. You have given us airtime to sell our stuff.
Wow.
Let me appreciate you every day. You're present, you're absent.
Yeah,
Rufus, Ivan, Kane.
Yeah.
So let me appreciate you. And Jala, let me say good evening or good afternoon to the people in Grand Kipakante. Jala, the issue of governance is not about saying it in your mouth. Now all of the people that you used to call worry. Yeah, and former 104, George, that is not George.
Okay.
The guys threatening the press many days. But what are they today? They are no longer around. And Gregor Koma, for me, I'm so surprised. It beats me that for years Gregor Koma leading all other countries. Even the guys that come water from Guinea to come here, you arrest the press. I agree yesterday. I listened to the press briefing from the information ministry.
Yeah, but we can do that one in the flip side of power because I'm not going to discuss. So let's go to what.
Before I drop that, something told me about the inspection. Actually, why I would pay my document to the ministry of my car, I got my place to see money. Then I pay for the car only for $25. Then I pay for the sticker for $5. Then somebody pay $15 for compliance fee.
That is on orthodox in my mind. It's internet. It's
the library.
And you know what? Now they federal come on the poor people who cannot afford to register that vehicles. They was, man, I pay $400 plus to register a vehicle just in less than 5 months ago. You come, I got a switch in my car, but it's I'm gonna go for a speaker, I'm gonna go for the one that. That's what $40 US. Where do I get it from now? See what happened, man. The police boat and the policeman driver, they'll be fighting, bringing each other was take. I think that robbery. What the robbery? Where that one coming from?
your property for your own people. We support you. So you don't come to you beat the ground something. You don't
I will take my time tomorrow to talk about the robbery in one of this country. I will talk. Thank you so much. Let me tell you the next caller. That's a broader robbery. Hello, welcome.
Yeah,
In our front of very common for doing what he did today, beating the people today and bullying them all around the place and they put in. It was wrong to do that as a police director. There's a way you can take care of it. Go ahead, Mommy Kitawa, as you are the one.
Yeah, thank you very much for the recognition. This is Mommy Kitawa, number investment in Liberia.
Yes, go ahead.
I know it's one of our strong players. You know, how are you?
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you very much. You know, I commend you for your stand in the cost like when people you always speaking for the truth and you always standing for it. You know, a lot of people are very intimidated the same way that it happened to you, your brother. But this thing, you know, after you have an education, I know somebody told you know that back down for I mean to the image. You know, common issue like that discussing, you know, common issue
but no, listen, I don't want to have the next listen about 4 o'clock I will discuss the entire police. About 4 to 5. So that, yeah.
I just called you to say hi to you. Thank you very much for the discussion.
Thank you. Thank you so very kindly, brother. Let me take the next caller. 0770 9079. Hello, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Brother Jala.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, this is calling again. So you're on the wrong highway. Yeah,
he made me to laugh. He made me to laugh. You get our voice and that very well. For the second day, that is that just a king here. The king. No, my man, go ahead. My man, I know your voice. Okay, no problem. Go ahead, Mr. David King.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Chief Jala, we continue to tell the Liberian people that this government will pray for the government. Because someone gave me no people are usual. But the thing that we are saying is beyond our usual. Okay. I don't know that people are going to be as usual, and then Liberia is going to be by now. Because the corona petitions, the way they are proceeding, you know, in the government is just good. Because the government is just Gregor Kuma. You see, I don't want to appreciate my brother that we are with young people. Don't make sure that you are exposing God. Because the end way, like we are going to all of you will be free. When you like the government and what's happening, you'll be blue. The more you now another, you were there. So what you need to so you can speak now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Cody, thank you. Mr. Cody, thank you. David King. Cash giveaway is here. Star 799 star 90 hash. Select number 8 and play with 200 LP. You will get $20,000. Again, that's cash giveaway on Voice Liberia here. Star 799 star 90 hash. Select number 8 and play with $200. You get $20,000. My next guest will come. I'll let Prince people go. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Yes, welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
This is Jishka. I'm from South Florida, East Island.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Jishka.
Thank you, for the good work that you're doing